So I get asked all the time, how did I get started investing in real estate? Or how do I invest in real estate in general? And in this video, I'm gonna show you how I started out and how I did it. And I'm gonna tell you the easiest way that I think that anybody else can do it. So watch this video if you wanna find out how. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Bruce Wang, and in today's video, we're gonna go over my real estate investments and how I got started in real estate. And at the second part of the video, I'm gonna show you, or I'm gonna tell you exactly how I think the easiest way to get into real estate. So just stay tuned and watch for that. So if you guys don't know about me, I'm a real estate investor, a small-time real estate investor, and I'm also a dividend investor, and that's what this channel is all about. So for this video, I'm gonna jump into my Instagram to show you guys some examples. And if you guys haven't followed me yet, go on to Instagram and follow me. I'm the only Bruce Wang out there, so this is my Instagram page here. I'm gonna show you guys my first property, and I'm gonna tell you the story of how I acquired it. So my first real estate investment is a duplex. This property is like a few miles away from my house, so it's within the same hometown, so it's really convenient for me to go back and forth. Just in case I need to, see a tenant for emergencies, or just if I need to fix up anything small, I can do it. So this is the property that I was talking about. This is my duplex. I actually just finished the siding, or about to finish the siding in this video. So this video is a bit older. I think this happened about 9 weeks ago. Yeah, you can see it at the top there. And as you can see, this house needed a lot of work when I bought it. This was a fixer-upper, and there was a lot of issues with the house. And the only way that I was able to afford a house for this price and in this great of a location was I try to keep my investments with real estate very simple. Buy in a good location, look for a house that needs fixing up. Usually those houses are under market value and a lot easier to afford because they need a lot more work put into them. But this is the name of the game. You got to put in the work yourself, or you can either, if you have enough money, you can hire somebody else to do it. And this is what I did with this house. I don't want to get into like the specific details of the house and exactly how much it costs, but I'll kind of explain to you how I was able to acquire this house. Basically, I saved up enough money to pay for the down payment and also do some rehab on the house. And I did a 20% down payment. I refinanced the rest of the house. And then after that, I was able to get my contractors in there, start working as fast as possible so I can finally get tenants in there and start making the property cash flow. So after I got my tenants in there, that took me the rehab took me a few months. Finding tenants also took me a little bit of time as well, because finding good tenants will take a little bit longer. And I don't really like to switch up my tenants around that often. So I like to get long-term tenants, and that's what I was looking for. So now that I got my tenants in there, the rent basically pays for the mortgage and some of the expenses on top of that. And I'm able to have some money on top of that as profits for myself every single month. My strategy is really simple to do, and I think that most real estate investors follow the same exact strategy that I'm following. So I'm not doing anything special. I'm not doing anything brand new. I'm doing one of the oldest strategies when it comes to real estate investing. So after I got this property running all on its own, there's not really much maintenance that I have to do actually. Sometimes my tenants pay late, and I would have to charge them a late fee. So that deters them from paying late ever again. But sometimes that doesn't work as well. Other than that, I don't have any problems with the property because I fixed it up. On the inside, it's almost brand new, so there's not going to be any problems for a long time. But I do save a little bit of that rent just for maintenance, vacancy, and some other expenses down the road that I will have to fix problems and issues down the line. So you have to account for that as well. So after this property was set, everybody's in there is happy, all the tenants are good. I started saving up more and more money for my next property. And let me show you what my next property looks like. And now basically I'm doing the same thing yet again. And this time I get to actually film some of it for you, take some videos for you, and actually show you the process as I'm doing it. This is another multifamily. It's a two-family, also known as a duplex. With this house, I did the same exact strategy. I bought the worst house in the worst condition in the best part of the town that I can afford. And this is the condition that this house is in. As you can see, the siding is made out of wood, so I need to paint a lot of that. A lot of that is really dirty, and the color, it's a bit off. I don't think it's a really nice color, modern color that would attract high paying tenants. So on the inside of this property, it's not in good condition at all. The flooring needs to be refinished. Even the walls, they all need to be repainted. The last tenants, they didn't really take care of the house at all. It's really dirty, and you know, they even did graffiti all over the walls. It looks like a kid did this, so I don't know what the parents were thinking. And this is another picture of the cabinets in the kitchen. I don't know what to do with this cabinets. I kind of want to just tear everything out, but that's even going to be more expensive to replace these cabinets. So I'm kind of thinking of different alternatives that I can save money here. But the flooring is in all right condition, probably just needs a really good deep clean. With this investment property, I'm basically doing the same thing as my first one. So right now I'm in the process of fixing it. I'm having some issues with my contractor because right now is a really busy time of the year for contractors. It's the summertime, and contractors are in very high demand, and my contractor is kind of just not showing up to do some of the work that I'm going to hire him to do. The biggest problem in the house right now is most likely going to be just the bathrooms. If you guys didn't notice, it might cost up to like $5,000 to fix up this bathroom. So you have to have enough money saved up for a down payment and enough money to save up for the rehab if you're going to go with this type of strategy that I'm doing. And here is the overview of the house. I'm not going to show you the front of the house just because for privacy reasons. This property will actually get me more rent money, I believe, than the last one that I showed you. It might be hard to believe, but location really matters when you're buying property. So right now, the pace that I'm at, I'm able to buy about one property a year just because I am saving a lot of money to put down payments onto these properties and also to fix them. With this property, it's going to be very simple as well. I'm going to fix it up, get tenants in there, collect the rent, save up money, and hopefully by the time of next year, I'm able to find another good deal and buy another property. So if you guys are interested in seeing some of the work I'm doing for this property, don't forget to leave me a like to let me know, and leave me something in the comments as well. So for the second part of this video, I'm going to show you what I think is the easiest way that you can start getting into real estate on your own. This is really great if you're a single person, male or female, is all right. But basically this is called house hacking. So for this example of house hacking, you would buy a single family house. A single family house is exactly what it sounds like. It's basically a 1-unit house. I think this is a great way to start, especially if you're single or if you're in like an area where it's really difficult to get a multifamily home. So basically a single family house would have 2 to 3 bedrooms. You would live in one of the rooms and you would rent out the other rooms. And with the rent that you're collecting from your roommates or whoever you decide to rent out to, that should be able to cover the cost of the mortgage and a lot of the expenses that comes with the house. First off, everybody needs a place to live. You're going to need a place to live. Secondly, you're going to be brand new to home ownership, and there's a lot of things to learn when it comes to home ownership. You're going to need to learn how to be able to fix leaking pipes. You're going to need to be able to learn how to turn off the water, turn off the electricity, do a lot of little maintenance stuff like this. So it is a really great way. It's like real estate with training wheels. You can figure out all this stuff online. Actually, this is how I've learned how to do some of the quick and easy fixes that if you called a plumber, it might cost you like $200 to come fix like a leaking drain or something like that. Thirdly, you're going to be able to live for free. Owning a home and all the expenses that come with it is most likely the biggest expense when it comes to anybody. And if you're able to, cut this down to zero or close to zero, this will help you out financially over the long run. So if you add all these benefits together, this is almost like a no-brainer. I wish I knew this when I was starting out, like at 18, 19 years old. I would be a lot richer. I'll be in a better position, 10 years down the line, where I'm actually around 30 right now. So for the second example of what you can do for house hacking, you can buy a multi-family house. Multi-family properties go from 2 families to 3 families to 4, and anything above 4 is going to be commercial. So you don't really want to go for commercials because it's a lot more difficult, a lot more rules and regulations when you go into commercial. So you want to stick with the regular loans that you should be able to get. And And when it comes to finances and how the banks look at a multifamily, basically the bank looks at a multifamily the same way that they look at a single family. So you have that benefit going for yourself. So depending on where you live, it might be a little bit difficult to find a multifamily. There's a lot more competition when it comes to buying 2 units, 3 units, and even higher. But it's a lot more ideal for families, especially if you have kids and whatnot. You don't want like strangers living in the same house as you. And you have a kid running around, so I don't really like that. And this is the better solution, especially if you have a family. You would live in one of the units. So for example, you would live in this unit and you would rent out the other unit. So if you're able to find a good enough deal, one of the units should be able to pay for the mortgage and some of the expenses. If you're in a very competitive area, one unit might not be able to pay for the mortgage and all the expenses, but at least you're going to be able to cut down that mortgage expense and a lot of the other expenses that come with owning a home. And you're going to be able to, again, you're going to live for free or live for nearly for free, and all the benefits are still going to be there. So with this strategy, you're going to have 0 housing expenses or very close to 0 housing expense, and you should be able to save all that money up to put in another property. And then this is how you would slowly build up your real estate portfolio. And I think this is the easiest way to get into real estate, and I really recommend you looking into this. So I learned this strategy from BiggerPockets and a lot of other real estate investors. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to find out more about house hacking. And if you are brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a like, and hit that notification. I'll see you guys on the next video. Hopefully this helped. I love you 3000. Bye bye.